Hello, this is Bill Volpe with the Volpe Consortium, your local internet marketing resource once again. And we are here today to talk about Copyscape, which is a free online plagiarism checker. Now, the reason we want to make sure that we're using online plagiarism checkers is because a lot of us will actually go out and search the internet about either the services that we provide or the products that we provide, and maybe we don't even search the internet, but we're using some content that was what we found in a flyer or something of that nature to actually put on our website. And we need to know if that content, any content that we're using, is going to be seen as fresh content by Google, because only fresh content will actually have Google index your site. If it's not fresh content, they may go ahead and blacklist your site, which makes it even harder to get traffic. So it's very important, in order for us to get more customers and in order for us to get more services sold and people in our doors and revenue generated for our company, we got to have fresh content on that site. We got to be seen as unique. We might have a product that everybody else has, and be it vacuum cleaners or be it a specific kind of vacuum cleaner or whatever, but we still need to have fresh content on our site about that vacuum cleaner and what's different about it and how they can use it differently. And that fresh content is going to be what Google likes and what drives people to our site, and Copyscape is a very important part of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this a little bit deeper. As we can see here, I'm actually on the Copyscape screen. This is the first screen that you actually get, and you can also see here that you can watch a video intro to Copyscape, and of course it'll tell you, hey, protected by Copyscape, do not copy. These are important things, but defending your site with a free plagiarism warning banner is huge. So you might want to go ahead and use this banner on your sites even, so that they know that it's protected and someone doesn't try and steal your content. So it's not just enough to go ahead and create content that isn't somewhere else. It's also important to make sure that someone doesn't steal your content, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But you see that there's two different products here. You have Premium, check if content is unique or original, or Copy Sentry, monitor the web regularly for plagiarism, for people stealing your information. So this is very important. You can also see here that I do have a premium account. I didn't go ahead and log in and show you all my login credentials, but I do have a premium account, and you can see that I have 173 credits remaining, and that these credits will expire on March 10th of 2013. If this screen happens to be a little small for you as I show you everything on the screen, we've got a close-up a little bit later in the presentation that you will be able to get to see. But I did want you to see the whole screen. It's very clean, it's very simple, it's very straightforward. There's not a whole lot of buttons to push or things of that nature. Copyscape provides a service, and there's not a lot of flash to it. It's just a clean service on making sure that your content is fresh and making sure that no one else steals your fresh content. So moving right along, we see that I have a business book site here, and this business book site is a site that I use for my students. They like to have business book reviews from me and recommendations, so I go ahead and make sure that I keep this site fresh, and I actually go ahead and put reviews out there for them. Now, I'm probably not the only one who's ever reviewed this book, so it gets a little bit more challenging to have fresh content, but I still need to make sure that I have fresh content when I write a book review for my students. So in this particular situation, I'm going to go ahead and take this content and actually paste it into Copyscape. So I can see here that I've got a book review for the Project Manager's MBA and how to translate project decisions into business success. And then I have my Copyscape square. This little square where it says paste text or URL is very important, because this is actually where we paste in our information after we get into Copyscape. Now, most of our blog posts that we do, much like the one you just saw, should be around 500 words or so. You don't really want to be less than that, because Google kind of likes your articles to be at least 500 words, but you don't really want to be more than about 1,000 words either. However, if you look at the fine print here on the Copyscape screen, it will state that for best results, enter a web page or whole article with no more than 2,000 words. So they say 2,000 words here. It's a little bit different, but 500 to 1,000 words is generally where you want your article size to be. So I went in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and mark the text of the whole article that I want to copy, and then I can right mouse click on that and hit copy. Then I'll come over to my search screen and actually paste it into the box where it says paste text or URL. I can actually just paste a URL to the screen also, but I always tend to paste the text. I just feel better about it. I feel that if I paste the text, I know exactly what I'm putting into the box. However, you can paste a URL also. Typically, on that URL, I've got other things on there like RSS feeds and maybe some opt-in boxes or maybe an ad or something like that. So I do feel better about pasting the text right into the box myself rather than putting a URL in. But you can do it either way and it should work just fine. Afterwards, you're going to go ahead and click the premium search button. And the premium search button will take a little bit of time and it will come back and deliver you some results. And my oh my, look at this. There's a website out there called Top Business Books, which happens to be my website, go figure, where this article actually resides. That's one of the articles that is comparing the pasted information to. So it's nice to know that it comes right to the top. That also means I'm being indexed, which is very good. We can also see on this screen that not only does Top Business Books have this content in it, but there's also some matching content with the Project Manager's MBA, How to Translate Business Decisions. We can see that that's also the Top Business Books with the whole article. So note the difference. I have a piece of the article at topbusinessbooks.org. I have the whole article on a different page. So it went out and it found both pages. Okay, it went out and it found both pages. So this is very important. And then if you want to compare your pasted text to the text on any one of these sections, including this one down here about creating an environment for successful projects, second edition, which is not on my site at Top Business Books, you just go ahead and click on the Compare Text button. And when you click on the Compare Text button, it's going to come back and it's going to take you to that website. And we can see here at the top that it says the comparison below is created by Copyscape, which checks 622 words of pasted text. The page below has 613 words matching 99% of the text. Now, why it wouldn't have all 622 words is an oddity to me, simply because I copied it all from the site. But you know, anything over about 3% is bad, so 99% is not something we're going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out. You definitely want to be only about 3 to 5% of context with any given site. Anything over about 3 to 5%, and Google's gonna ding you. It doesn't necessarily have to be 0, although most of my articles are 0. It doesn't have to be 0. You can be quite sure of having fresh content if you're in the neighborhood of between 3 and 5%. So this is very important to know. Now, looking at the article, looking at the other information that we had below, which was a book site, and we can see here it's pmlinksandbooks.com. So it's project management linksandbooks.com, hackbooks, hack2.3pc.htm. This was another book site where they were listing this book. But now if we look at it, we can see that the page below has 21 words matching 3% of the text highlighted by Copyscape. And we can see that the 3% of the text is, of course, highlighted in this red or pinkish color. And 3% is okay because, like I said, we want to be in the neighborhood of 3 to 5%. So this is okay. This is very important. Ultimately, this is how you use Copyscape. This is how you're going to use it most of the time. It's just to bring your article in here, paste it in, and make sure that you don't come up with any plagiarism flags. You don't want to be over that 3 to 5% of the text matching any given site, or you can actually create problems for yourself with Google. So let's take a little bit closer look at some of the other things that the tool can do. As we see here, once again, I did purchase premium credits. I have 172 premium credits. The other smaller screens might have been hard to see, but I have 172 premium credits here for $8.60. So I can buy credits, okay, for 5 cents a piece. This is very cheap. This is very cheap stuff to make sure that you have fresh content on your website. So I can see here, would I like to buy 200 premium searches priced at 5 cents each? Absolutely. I can go ahead and purchase that, and then I can use PayPal, American Express, or any other forms of payment that they might be accepting at the time. So 5 cents is very cheap to make sure that you've got fresh content on your site. Now, going forward and looking at a few other things, You can also turn around and look at the underneath the products tab, and underneath the products tab, you can learn about Copyscape Premium. You can also learn about Copy Century. Now, Copy Century is another training session, but Copy Century works in the opposite direction. So with Copyscape Premium, you're trying to make sure that the content you're getting ready to post on your site is fresh. With Copy Century, you're protecting the fresh content on your site from somebody else stealing it. So this is very important. So you can look at free Copyscape searches and free content comparisons, and you can go ahead and post anti-plagiarism banners on your site. All of that can be found underneath the products. Likewise, you can go under the Plagiarism tab to find out even more about plagiarism, preventing plagiarism and responding to plagiarism, and online resources there. It also gives you some help information and, of course, an About tab, which is typical with all websites. Now, many writing softwares actually work with Copyscape. So a little bit lower down on this page, you can see here that it's talking about API code. You'll see other advanced features include batch search, private index to check the duplication within your own content, case tracking and follow-up, team management tools, and an API. So if I've actually got a software, and I don't necessarily mean Word, Microsoft Word, for example, but if I've actually got a software that will go out there and allow me to pull content from the web and write my article right there within the software, if it's got Copyscape interfacing capabilities, I can put the API code in that software and have it Copyscape and have my article Copyscape check without ever leaving the software. So these are really nice packages to have, and you don't always have to come over to Copyscape. You can, but you don't need to. However, one of the fine things that you can do is that if you're using software of that nature, you can use API codes to do your Copyscape checking right there within your software. So it's really nice to have. This has been Copyscape, your online free plagiarism tool. You can either use it for free or you can buy the premium service for 5 cents a check. I highly recommend, as cost effective as it is, to go ahead and get the premium service. It's worth every bit of 5 cents. You might do 3 or 4 checks on one article, but even at 4 checks at 5 cents, you've only spent 20 cents to make sure you've got fresh content. So this is very important to have. It'll highlight the areas of your article that you need to go ahead and update and change, and it'll allow you to go back and check it again to make sure that you're keeping fresh content on your website about your products and services, which drives traffic from Google, which brings you more customers, which brings you more revenue. These things are very important to understand, and this is how you get some of that Google traffic to your site, is by having fresh content. So my company URL, again, of course, is the VolpeConsortium.com. That's our main company. And the blog URL is www.thelocalinternetmarketingresource.com. And, of course, the URL is localinternetmarketingresource.com without the THE, no the. So keep that in mind. And many people do know us as the Local Internet Marketing Resource, but the URL itself is www.localinternetmarketingresource.com. I am Bill Volpe. This is the Volpe Consortium, your local internet marketing resource. If you like this, by all means, please leave some comments below, and we are going to have more free training for you tomorrow on how you can use the internet to drive more customers to your business and increase your revenues. I hope this has been a benefit to you. I hope you find it very useful, and I hope you use every last bit of it, because it's a really great tool that not many people know about. Thank you again, and we will talk to you again tomorrow when we have our next lesson.